Hey, what's up? 6.5 here, and today we're going to be looking at the waves curves equator. I'm not going. This is not a tutorial. I'm just addressing the problems that it can fix, what it could do, and neat stuff that it does. I'm not sponsored or paid by these. I just like interesting software, and I really want the viewer to get as much value as possible learning what it does so that it can fix their mixing problems. This fixes the resonance problem. What I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you this. Press play.
If my mother hadn't been strong, we would have drowned that same day.
Okay.
If my mother hadn't been strong, we would have drowned that same day.
Right. So, as you can see, when the wave is coming up, the signal is coming up, you can see these things. You already know what that is from the other tutorials. If you don't know, these are the frequencies that the instrument is suppressing automatically. So you don't have to. Let me show you. This solves this problem. Where's Kirchhoff? This solves this problem. Put on Kirchhoff. Instead of you having to do this and then do this and then search through and through, for the intermediates and professionals, you already know what I'm talking about. For the beginners, to solve, first off, you have to, when you are doing any vocal or any instrument, you skim through to hear any annoying frequency. Like when you put on a, let me show you. Play. Turn up the volume.
Same day.
Turn off this.
If my mother hadn't been strong,
Hear it? Right about here.
we would have drowned that same day.
Hear it?
In the evening when the sun go down,
Right here.
worries and troubles all
You heard
the
it.
next day. Mother
Yeah.
hadn't been strong.
So you hear the that annoying frequency. It's called like annoying frequency, and they have a meme in the producer community where like people will have like a billion of these. Wait, hold on, right? A billion of these, and they'll be like, "No, bro, you don't have to do all that." But sometimes it's necessary when you could just do this. But that's no. So to combat all of that, this does that. Bam. So what this does, it saves that time. It cuts down the time to literally zero. So you got other things to think about. So the intermediate and expert knows about this, right? The Pro Q from FabFilter, Pro Q3, is a go-to to a lot of professional studios. This is Kirchhoff is a professional also. For me, you know. But yeah, so you don't have to do that. Spend minutes. Depends on the level that you're at. Minutes to up to half hour or so upon one. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really struggle with that anymore. Sometimes if you want to do it before, like if you want to put this before, but if you have this before, it's just mainly to not this. Forget about that. Turn them off. Bypass that. It's mainly just to EQ, like if it's a vocal, you set the parameters. If you want a little ear, put your little ear. So, or sometimes if you just want not, you can use that. But this is not about that. But the uses for this is not left out. So if you want to do that before taking out the suppression, sure, you can do that. It's all about cleaning up. This is a cleanup, and you can put it on the mix buses. So, right. So it has that. So let me turn it back on. Play. Bam.
If my mother hadn't been strong,
So it takes out the annoying
we would
frequencies, one. This is, well, it's not a knob, but you can turn up and down. So when it goes up, nothing is passing the threshold except that one thing. So this is the threshold knob per se. So the more it goes down, anything that goes over the threshold will be suppressed. Basic, they got 5 of these. There's SUV 2, which is the standard, the industry standard, only because professionals are seen using it. I, come at me. Only because professionals are seen using it is seen as professional. And yes, it is good, but the SEQ get dog out, fam. I it's get done. And if Speccraft, the thing with Speccraft, let me rant. But the thing with Speccraft is that three body, come on, good. Is that three body technologies has a good reputation. That's why this is so renowned, and trust me, it's really good. It's good also, right? The SEQ get dog out, families. I am looking for it to show you the SEQ 3. Cancel. It does the same thing, and it's probably the most similar to Soothe with a little extra features because you can learn it and stuff, and it has so much. You got the custom thresholds that you can add and stuff like that. Is the analyzer? You could add the analyzer, but I don't really, honestly, I never really used it that sort of way. Too much, I should say, because this was my my resonance suppressor before Equator and Speccraft came up. So I would use this for any resonances or whatever, you know. And you can see it's doing the job, and it looks a lot like the interface. The GUI doesn't look like it, but it looks a lot like not Christmas, like SUV 2. I don't have SUV 2 on the system, so I can't make the comparison. But bam, and it's suppressing. The more it turns, you turn it up, and then this is the threshold right here. So the more, no, the to the minus, sorry, because it goes over the threshold, so you can see what is being suppressed, right? So this is like 1, 2, 3, and yeah. So it's one of the top suppressors they got on the market at the moment, which is very, very good. And it's different. No, the thing about it is that it is the difference makes it good. It's not a usual something. The differences make it good. Like for instance, okay, this is basically the same, but it is in a different way. But the tilt, you can tilt like so. You could select the frequency where the tilt begins. As you can see, it's moving, and then when you start tilting, that happens. Come over here, and then the tilt happens from here. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Then you could always control from here. This is the circle head eye controlling. This is the advanced controls. Like I said, this isn't a tutorial. They got trillions of tutorials out there. I ain't really about that. But yeah, the sensitivity will show you like how sharp the sensitivity you want it to be. How sensitive you want it to be. I mean, that's the best I could put it. The mix, trace signal. So you're not going to hear. So basically, you hear the suppression all over the place. But then when you turn the mix now, is 100% of what this is outputting. It has a limiter. No, this is like, it doesn't depend on an external limiter, which is good. And it has auto makeup. Speccraft does not have that. This isn't a comparison thing, but you know, nobody will pay me or whatever, but I don't care. So it is in a shoot off or in a showdown or whatever. I just, you know, showing the differences. Delta mode, which is good. So you can hear, let me turn it back up so you can hear what's going on. Click, click.
Oh, the next day, mother hadn't been strong. We would have drowned that same day.
Hold on, watch this.
If my mother hadn't been strong.
Those are all the
we
resonances that is
day.
identified as resonances I pick up. And this is without.
Then when the sun go down.
That's all the delta mode really is. Has it tilt, precision, tilt, how smooth the tilt is. And yeah, you can learn, turn off that. Right, you can learn the curve. So it's going to custom autoplay. It's going to learn the curve, and then it's going to play the curve, which is good, especially when it comes to mixing drums and anything of the sort. Like, you need that. which would come. Let me see. Right, which no, learning successful. No, the Speccraft has something like that. Actually, I would just put the link at the top, and you could check that out. And yeah, it does basically this, basically, which is awesome, which is very very awesome. And right, so it's tailor made now. So you could say, well, this is suppressing, catering to this particular signal. That's what you need, right? Uh, they're the presets. So right. So in a bus, like a mixed bus or whatever, where you will have a lot of vocals as one. Say like you got the two ways you could do it. There are a lot of ways you could do it. So you put this as your main bus effect on, say, your vocals. Right, on your vocal bus, you put this on your vocal bus, and you want to tame down everybody at once. This is, you can use this for that. It says here that you could use it for mastering. Where is it? Master bus. I mean, do what you gotta do, I guess. I guess. Resolve vocal issues. This is mainly for vocals, yes, but you could use it for guitars. I recommend it for guitars, violins, because that's where you get the resonances from. Even drums. Well, every instrument will have it, but yeah. So you can use it for that. And if you want it smoothed out, you can do that. You could put this on every single vocal and then still turn and use this. I don't know if it can sound like super processed or whatever, but I mean, if you don't want to take any chances, you could do that if you want to. But the problem that it solves, like all the rest of the resonant suppressors, is taking out. It's automatically taking out the resonating frequencies, so that you won't have that ear fatigue or that annoyance, especially when it comes to clashing with other instruments. Right, you won't have that problem. You have the side chain, so you could put the side chain from another channel into that. And the sweet thing about it, it can carve out the, when you press learn, it's going to carve out the curve that it would suppress. It would take out the suppression. It's not like the sonable unmasker. It doesn't really unmask per se, but it would do a thing. But I would rather like meld the audio, the dynamic EQ from that. I mean, it's almost like that if you check, but the only thing, it has your radar, so it would do that. I mean, nothing new, nothing exciting, that sort of way. All right, click that, and yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Like I said, one of the top three is Soothe, is the industry standard, because they're in a lot of studios and professionals are seen using it, and there's a lot of praise over it. It is good, but I mean, you know, this here is pretty good itself also. And the Speccraft is pretty decent. The DSEQ, nobody really uses this. But it's good. It's really good. But as long as it's not seen, this is a little around. As long as it's not seen used by professionals, nobody's going to take it seriously. And if they don't market this stuff, properly and consistently, nobody's going to take it seriously, because unfortunately, this is a trending game. So it's like DSEQ 4.6 is out, and then you get all these reviews, and then it does down like the next 2 weeks, a month if it is really good. But in the next 2 weeks or so, like when everybody squeeze out every review, nah. But yeah, that's basically it for this. So if you want your resonances taken out and you want a smooth mix on your mix bus or whatever, this is the tool that you can go to. This is one of the 5 best tools that you can go to. I don't really take Hornet seriously when it comes to that. It had a bug. Hornet has one. It had a. I think that it has an update, but now I think it wanted to join the game, and no shade or whatever. It's just it was bad. It wasn't all that good to me. It wasn't all that good. But they have the update. I will try the update, and then we'll get back to you on that. But resonant suppression, it works pretty okay. It customizes the signal. It has the tilt, which the others don't have, which makes it a USP, unique selling point. The threshold is here. So yeah, I would recommend it. If you want to buy it, buy it. If you're not a Waves fan, don't buy it. But if even if it's it works. So yeah, I hope that this has helped your mix journey. And if it has given any value in your mix journey in any way, and you would like to see more of these reviews or um, solving issues, but solving solutions, hit subscribe. If this has added any value to you as a mixing engineer in in every capacity, was amateur to professional, intermediate, whatever, hit the like, comment, let me know what's on your mind pertaining to this, and yeah, you go from there, man. And glad that you watched it. And if you have any mixing issues or you have like anything that you want mixed or whatever, uh, you want to improve your mixing or whatever, I have a Fiverr link down there that you can check out. And yeah, if you sing like a piece a cappella and you want to know your chord progressions according to the piece, there's a service down there that does that also. Check the link down there. And yeah, and we would try to make your dreams come true in that area. Anyhow, until the next video, 6.5 out.